What's going on, everybody? My name is Jake McGeorge. Today we're going to dive in and talk about how to change out the belt on your Segway Villain. So depending on what your Segway Villain you have, you're only going to need a couple simple tools. All the way up until 2024, you're just going to need a 10mm socket and a Segway belt tool. If you don't have a Segway belt tool, you can easily get away with using a 4-inch long M10 bolt. If you have a 2025 or newer, you're also going to want to add a 7mm socket. So this is a 2025 Segway Villain, so the first thing you're going to have to do is remove the air intake to the clutch housing. If you have a 2024 or older, you won't have to worry about this step. All right, second thing you're going to need to do is remove all of your 10mm bolts from the clutch case itself. All right, now that we've removed all of our 10mm bolts, we'll go ahead and remove the clutch cover itself. All right, now that we've got the clutch case removed, you're going to take your Segway belt removal tool, or like I said, you can get away with using a 4-inch M10 bolt. What you want to do is you want to find the threaded hole on the front of your secondary clutch here. From there, if you've got access to an impact, it's going to help you save a little bit of time. If not, you can easily just use a wrench. What this is going to do is expand the clutch plates on the secondary clutch, making it easier and making it possible for you to remove your belt. Once you've got the belt started to slip off, what you want to do is just roll the secondary clutch, and that'll come the rest of the way around, making it much easier to get the belt all the way out. So once you've got your belt out, it's going to be a best practice to get in the habit of blowing out your clutches. Over time, as the belts wear down, that belt dust will really build up in there, which is going to start to hinder your performance and hinder your efficiency. We've got our old belt out, we're going to put our new belt back in. What you're going to do, reverse the process. Once the belt's almost there, all you got to do, you roll the secondary clutch, and that should slide in the rest of the way. All right, once the belt's back in place, you want to grab your impact or your ratchet and remove the Segway belt removal tool. Once you've removed the belt removal tool, you visually checked over your secondary and primary clutch. It's a good idea to go ahead and start the vehicle, and that should get the clutches to reset back to their neutral position. Our clutch plates are back to the neutral position. The belt's properly in place. We've blown all the dust out of our clutches. All we've got to do now is replace the clutch cover and start having a good time. Now for your 2025 Segway Villains, they have the aluminum clutch housing. So on those, you want to visually inspect and make sure that your rubber gasket is in place and there's no damage. If you have a 2024 or older, your clutch housing is going to be plastic and you don't need to worry about this step. When replacing your 10mm bolts with your clutch cover, a best practice is just to start them all by hand to make sure that you don't cross-thread them and to make sure that your clutch cover is properly in place. If you got a 2025 Segway Villain or newer, you're going to want to make sure that you reattach the air intake to the clutch cover. A 24 or older, you will not have to worry about this step either. And now for the last step, all you want to do is snug up all your clutch case bolts, torque those down to 4.5 foot-pounds, and you've successfully just changed your Segway Villain belt.